Hello, this is GAMEZOMATIK and welcome back to my channel. And I thought what I'd do today is count down my top 10 Spider-Man games. Because who doesn't love a little bit of Spider-Man? Now just a little disclaimer here, this is my own personal list of my own favourite games featuring or totally dedicated to Spider-Man. Now I'm sure everyone's got their own favourites, but these are mine. At number 10, Marvel vs. Capcom. Now you could include any of the entries in this series, and I'm not the biggest sort of fan of fighting games. But any game that pits Spider-Man against Chun-Li is okay by me. Spent many a night on the Dreamcast getting my ass kicked by Ryu or the Hulk. But Spider-Man was always my go-to character when playing this game. At number 9, SpiderMan Web of Shadows. This 2008 release developed by Treyarch was a lot of fun, and it's definitely a much underrated and under-recognised Spider-Man game. There were several different versions of this game, including an Amazing Allies edition which was released on the PlayStation 2 and PSP. This version of the game is a 2.5D scrolling game, instead of a freeform game like on all the other platforms. And one cool feature in this game was the ability to be able to switch between the red and the black suit at any time you like. At number 8 is Ultimate Spider-Man. Released in 2005 and once again developed by Treyarch, Ultimate Spider-Man is slightly different with its cel-shaded art style and is based around the Ultimate Spider-Man comics. Now I know a lot of people criticise this game and weren't keen on the control system implemented within the game, but I got used to it pretty quickly and I have a lot of affection for this game, as it was the first Spider-Man game my little boy got really into. An interesting fact also is that Beanox, who did the PC port of this game, went on to develop several other Spider-Man games within this list.
It's Tools. No, listen. Listen to me. I'm in Queens and listen. I saw the suit. You heard me? Yes. The suit.
At number 7, Disney Infinity 2.0. Now, although not exclusively a Spider-Man game, this game does feature a hell of a lot of Spider-Man in it and a lot of characters from the Spider-Man universe. The amount of fun me and my little boy have had teaming up Spider-Man with various other characters within the game and then going off to kick Venom's ass. I mean, you can actually play as Venom v Venom. This game has tons of features and a really solid leveling up system. And on top of that, you can build your own levels and all the characters look fantastic. For anyone who hasn't played Disney Infinity yet, I really recommend you go and pick a copy up, and especially this Spider-Man playset.
Heads up! We can never meet under friendlier circumstances? Like at the library or a deli?
And number 6 is The Amazing Spider-Man. Now this game was released to coincide with the 2012 film of the same name. And although this game had fair to middling reviews, with some people sort of saying it was very generic for a Spider-Man game, I don't know, I just had a stack load of fun with this game. I mean, I really enjoyed it all the way through. I thought it was one of the first Spider-Man games to truly get the web swinging mechanic totally spot on. And personally, I found the plot, which kind of ran alongside the movie plot, a lot of fun and really engaging. Now there was a sequel to this game, which came out with the second film, but that was nowhere near as good, and they kind of ruined the web swinging in it. I'd highly recommend that you pick up this movie tie-in, and personally I think it's one of the best Spider-Man games on the market. At number 5 we have SpiderMan Edge of Time. Now this is another game that was developed by Beanox. And I really love the concept behind this game. This is kind of a Spider-Man Back to the Future. The general premise of the game being that you are two different Spider-Men. You are normal Peter Parker Spider-Man and you are also Spider-Man 2099. And what you've kind of got to do is work together over time, switching between the future and the past Spider-Man to solve the various puzzles and work your way through the various levels within the game. It's a really cool premise. And even though the combat is fairly simplistic, you've got to take your hats off to the developer for trying something new. And it's another great Spider-Man game with a great plot. I really enjoy playing this game. At number 4, we have Spider-Man. Released in 2000 on pretty much everything. I had this game on the PS1 and later then I had it on the Dreamcast. To me this is probably one of the first games that truly captures the whole essence of Spider-Man swinging between buildings and crawling on walls. I especially enjoyed the inside missions where you're kind of stealthing around on the walls and webbing enemies from above. Now although this game hasn't really aged that well, I did play it again recently and it still plays really well and is a lot of fun. I have a lot of fond memories of staying up late trying to finish levels off within this game. And there was a sequel released in 2001 called Enter Electro, but this wasn't quite as good as the original game.
Do have hostages. I have to make sure they don't get hurt. Oh yeah.
At number 3, Lego Marvel Superheroes. Now, I know this isn't exclusively a Spider-Man game, and there's lots of different heroes you can play within this game, but hey, who can turn down the opportunity to be a Lego Spider-Man? And the opportunity to swing around a Lego New York is just totally irresistible. This is another great superhero franchise and Spider-Man does feature heavily within the game. What I enjoyed most about this game though was being able to play the whole thing cooperatively with my little boy. He'd be flying around New York as Iron Man doing his little side missions and I'd be swinging around backing him up. And the opportunity to unlock loads of new suits with special moves, this is just a fantastic game. And as far as I'm concerned, it's still the best Lego game that's been released so far. At number 2 is SpiderMan II on the PlayStation 2. Another game based on a film license. I got this back in 2004 and was just instantly hooked. I had played the previous game that accompanied the first film, but this one built on that and was even better. And this game kind of set the standard for all kind of Spider-Man games to come. The web swinging was perfect and the missions were varied and really interesting. It stood out graphically at the time as well. This was probably the first Spider-Man game to totally nail it and get everything right. It's just a pity that they ruined it with SpiderMan 3. As much as I love this game though, it has been held off the top spot by one other game. A game that decided to take Spider-Man and do something totally different with him. At number 1, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. For me, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions is the best Spider-Man game that I've played. Now, although it's not a traditional Spider-Man game, as in you're not swinging around the streets of New York City, what it does offer is something totally unique and something totally different. This game doesn't just give you one Spider-Man, it gives you 4. scattered over 4 different dimensions, and all working together to complete your mission. What I really love about this game is that every single different Spider-Man within it has a different playstyle. I especially love the 1920s film noir Spider-Man, which goes all Splinter Cell and has you lurking in the shadows, taking out enemies from the darkness. There's also normal Spider-Man, Black Suit Spider-Man, and Spider-Man of the Future, which also features in Edge of Time. This is another great Spider-Man game from Beanox. This game has you facing off against Electro, Sandman and various other classic Spider-Man enemies. And the way the game mixes up gameplay between dimensions keeps the game fresh and entertaining. This is easily by far my favourite Spider-Man game. I mean, I absolutely love this game. I must have played and completed it at least 3 times, and it's one I always keep going back to. Anyway, that was my pick of my top 10 Spider-Man games. Please leave your comments below, click like and subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon. See you later, bye!